Morning everyone, I just wanted to do a bit of a video to share. I've really been feeling the loss of my horse lately. She was kind of my light. Well, she came into my life when I lost everything in the fire. I've kind of been like, everyone probably sees what I have now and what I'm creating, and I can't really believe that this is my life now, to be honest. I never even owned a pot plant. I'd have to water it. But I've been on this journey of self-discovery, growth. I went through trauma early childhood with losing my mum to cancer at 7, and yeah, went into foster care. Been on this path of, like I felt like a free spirit, but not really, but more like a lost spirit, lost soul. Like I've been trying to find myself, and so I kind of felt like I found myself when my sense of purpose, anyway, when I started working in mental health and crisis. And I knew that I had to be good energy for people that weren't doing very well. So it really made me start working on myself, focusing on my healing journey. And I've been doing that since in my 20s, really. Well, I think about 19. It wasn't until I was about 19 that I actually accepted even my mum had gone, like that. She wasn't here anymore, and I feel the sadness the same with Fabiola at the moment. I'm like, how do I shift this energy? Like, how do I feel okay when I don't feel okay? Like, she really led me here. Like, after I lost everything in the fire, she came to me, like I saw her, and I didn't want another horse. I'd lost my horse after the fire, so and it's not an easy journey, especially when you've never really owned horses before. The learning, all the different products and things that they have for horses, it is really, it's like a minefield, really. So I got my owl plate on, and I just keep thinking about what happened, and what I could have done and that, but I'm like, no, she was here for a time. And I made a choice to put her down because I didn't want to see her suffering, and I knew that it was a long road to get her okay again, and I couldn't have done that to her, like, to keep her for me. That's what it would have been, because she was my heart, but she was like my soulmate. But yeah, so finding my feet once again too, because it was only a year since the flood, and then just over a year, and then losing my mate, but we had such adventures, and she showed me, because I've been on this journey for a long time, and like I lived in adrenaline sports and things that would make me alter my state, like make me feel really good and in a high, at a beautiful level, but you can't sustain that. Like, my body it took its toll on my body. I broke my back, I could have stayed on ACC, but they kind of pushed me out when I had a broken back. They kind of used my work ethics against me. So I have learnt to survive. I'm a survivor. We're all survivors, but I just decided, actually, I don't want to rely on anyone or anything, especially, I'm like, money over mental health, and my mental health is far more important. I know you can always make more money, but that hasn't been my drive. Actually, quality of life and being okay here on earth, like in this physical form, because it is not easy for anyone, and I believe that we're students of life, like it actually is making us who we're becoming. And like all the experiences, I'm like, all the contrasting experiences, like growing up, losing my mum early, and then I saw a lot of things I didn't want, and it has been a lonely path, maybe the path less travelled, but I needed to do, like, connect with things at a soul level, things that were good for me, rather than, like, I studied social work to help people, and then I found a lot of the systems and things that I implemented aren't aligning with my values, my core values, what I care about. I'm more that preventative fence at the top, rather than, it's hard when people in crisis, like, there is only but up from there, but it's like, why why do we need to end up in that state before we're okay? You know, like, it's like all these retreats. I'm like, I really don't like the name retreat. I'm like, we should actually be able to know ourselves really well and actually be implementing good, healthy things in our lives without having to retreat and go to these things. I know there's a lot of educational factors in them, but yeah, I think we know ourselves best, and it's actually about sitting with ourselves and getting to know ourselves. And yeah, I've been through lots of trauma and things that have happened. I know it's all led me to here. You know, like, I never even own a pot plant. I'd have to water it. You know, I was just a bit of a, well, a lost, more like a lost soul. But I've been finding myself and learning to know thyself, because that's how we can be okay. And yeah, I keep thinking about my horse and how, you know, she came into my life for a reason, like, and things happen for a reason. It's hard to say goodbye, but I know that she helped bring me to where I am now, you know, like, and she showed me, like, she brought that inner child, that joy, that play, that love for life that I hadn't really felt apart from when I was doing adrenaline sports, motorbikes, snowboarding, you know, like, but that was like living on a chemical high, and now I've coming to a more soul level where I can just nurture that soul, that inner child, know that I'm safe, I'm well, and that no matter what happens, I will be okay here. You know, just keep going. I know there's some days that aren't very good, that are really hard, and lately, the last week or so have been really hard. But that's life, eh? It is life. And I know that, yeah, what I'm choosing to focus on will grow. So if everyone sees, I'm putting heaps of content. So I'm really excited. So I have been creating a space where it's Mind, Body, Soul Unleashed, and it's around mindset, nutrition, and fitness. But something else came to me, and so I'm creating a online business, so going global, where it's working with people, whether in recovery. It's called Beyond Trauma. So the pathway beyond, or the pathway forward. So beyond trauma. So because I've been through a lot of trauma, been through 2 natural disasters. I've had about 6 or 7 head injuries. I can't remember. But I literally fractured my skull. I was in a brace for, I don't know how many months, a long time anyway. But rehab was a long time. But I learnt to just keep things simple, you know. Don't sweat the small stuff. Is it aligned with us? Learn to fight your battles. Focus on what you can control, which is yourself, no one else, nothing else, you know, like, and just know everything will work out. Everything is always working out, even when it's really hard. Just keep doing what's best for you. So I want to work alongside people. Well, I have worked alongside people, but not for myself. And I got over having a job. You know, get a degree in that, you think, yeah, I'll be sweet, you know, I'll be able to make some money and doing what I love, helping people and that. And it was not helping me. I was just over broke, barely surviving and burning out every year and not being the best version of myself. I'm like, no way am I doing that again. Like, am I going back? I'm like, burn the bridge, burn the boats. No going back. And this is not easy. This is, yeah, the fear comes in, you know, self-doubt. And I'm like, no, flip the script, Katrina. Look at what you've achieved. So I'm like choosing to focus on, you know, I can't keep thinking about what I've lost, yeah, everything that I'm living in the here and the now, and I really appreciate what I've achieved. Like a couple of years ago, I set an intention. Okay, I want a more quality life. I want to live off the land, you know, because I just noticed, just to meet my basic needs, it was costing me a fortune just buying food. So I'd have to go to work just to buy food to eat, to live, to be okay. And I'm like, this is, yeah, like, it was actually, which is okay, but I'm like, but the cost of it, you know, like, and actually being able to buy good quality food that nourishes my body and fuels my mind, I'm like, a lot of it, yeah, it kind of blew me away with how everything's gone that way, and how much there's food like products and things that aren't even fueling our system and making us okay, like a lot of people are suffering in their bodies. So I've been on this journey for a long time and developing and growing myself and knowing myself, but I've studied it, I've done a lot of study, I've worked with people, mental health for about, I don't know, about 15 years. Yeah, I'll do a bit of about me anyway. I'm setting up a website at the moment, but I'll put it on my Mind, Body, Soul awareness page, which I've actually changed the name. So it's called Mind, Body, Soul Unleashed, because it starts with awareness to become unleashed. So I'm like, yeah, I'm unleashed now. Nothing's going to stop me. Apart from me. We're the biggest barrier, the biggest obstacle. So I'm choosing what I focus on. This morning I started clearing it with my round pen for about the third or fifth time. I can't remember. But I'm like, there's only been one of me, and I'm like, okay, small steps, small consistent steps lead to mass gains. So that's what I'm about to. And my online business, it's quality. I'm using the latest technology, software programs to help my clients, and yeah, I really want to work alongside people. So recovery, any like traumatic experience, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's an injury, whether it's addiction, been there, done that. I've studied it. I've been working with people. I don't know everything, but I'm using the latest technology, which is evidence-based. But also, it's actually about the people I work alongside connecting with themselves, their inner guide, and because there's no right or wrong way, like for anyone, there's no one size fits all. So it's about me customizing programs and plans, wellness plans, and that. So it's meeting the need of the individual. We look at triggers. And I'm just there to support people, whatever that looks like, like no one's perfect. And it's so easy to be stuck on the same old groove, So sometimes it's actually good to like a record. No one likes a broken record. But like small simple steps, and that like lead to massive achievements, and that's what I'm all about. And yeah, I bought a house, lost that in a fire. Like, I'd never actually been settled. I finished my degree in social work and centre attention. There was this beautiful villa that I was living in, and I was like, yes, I'm going to buy this. So it's amazing when you set your mind and your heart to something, and you don't take no for an answer, what you can achieve. And so I bought that the same year I finished my degree. I was poor as, but I had my KiwiSaver in that, and I found a bank that actually said yes. Like, I had so many no's though. And so many blows. My feet have been knocked out from under me so many times, and I keep going, I'm not a survivor, I'm a thriver, and it is about what we're instilling in our mind, like our self-talk. How are we talking to ourselves? Are we celebrating our small wins, how far we've come? We always strive, where are we achieving? What do we have around us? It's, yeah, sometimes it's okay not to be okay, and actually just give thanks. Just sit with yourself and actually that's what I did this morning. And it blew me away because I was a bit sad about Fabiola. Well, I'm really sad about Fabiola, but she was just my light, man. She was just, but then I'm like, went and loved on my other horse and that, and I'm like, just giving thanks for what I have, and that she brought me to this time-space reality, And we are the creators of our desired reality, so what are you choosing to create? What are you choosing to focus on? I heard this saying, this proverb, and it's about two wolves, the good and the bad, and it's like, what are you feeding the most? So it is a choice, we make choices and we can make changes. So yeah, so take the chance, make the choice to make the change. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, oh, it's actually nice doing this because Feels like it's just releasing some of the energy, the stagnant energy that I've been shifting lately, sitting with it, just breathing. Whereas, like, because if you don't do that, if you actually are holding it in your tissues, the trauma, like it's better to express than suppress. So it's about and it's amazing. It will actually diminish, but when we actually go to, like drugs, alcohol, other things, even like social media's addiction, the likes, the food addictions, like people, stop judging other people. We all are imperfect human beings. But we're beings, not doers, and just love on other people, let go of your judgment, start looking in your own backyard. Because hurt people all the time too, and they get persecuted and then they end up even worse. We need to love on everyone. Like, love changes paradigms, man. Love, compassion, kindness, peace. And that actually helps us be more at peace too, because when we're ugly, you don't feel good. Not internally. Like, you may feel good for a minute, maybe your ego. But is that helpful? Is that really making you feel good about yourself, who you are? That's why I actually choose to be around my animals a lot more, and I'm okay on my path. It maybe a bit lonely at times, but I know I'm creating something pretty unique and pretty special, and this is my path. No one else has to understand it. This is my destiny. This is what I'm choosing to focus on, and yeah, I'm really excited about the spaces I'm creating to work alongside people, because I know what it's like. I've been there. And still, like, been there. Life keeps happening. But I know it's happening for me. It's hard because when you're in it, it feels like it's happening to you. And I'm like, no, let's just choose to focus on how beautiful my life is that I've been creating. And Fabiola was a big part of this. If she didn't come into my realm, like, and it's a hard lesson letting her. It is so hard letting her go. But look at what I've achieved since she came into my life, and man, we just live life on an adventure. Me, my dog, my horse. I bought this horse truck and we were off, man. I was like, everyone lives it at the other end of their life. I've been like living this venture, and actually, because I saw my old man freezer worker all his life, and then get to the end, and the system fails people, like I'm still waiting for a hip hop. She's worked her whole life and raised a family and that, and you just become null and void. You're not a productive member of society, so you just get put on the back burner. She keeps getting taken off the waiting list for an operation, how many times, how many years, and then the rest of her body's deteriorating because she's compensating. So I'm like, man, start creating a life on your terms. What does that look like? What do you want? And I'm like, I want someone to come and look after me, but I'm older at home. I don't want to go rest also. So I'm like, oh, let's make some money, eh? No, but what you choose to focus on, I'm like, if I can just, that's why my business is my main thing, because I'm quite excited about it, and it just gives me another focus from what I lost. And just living in the here and now, appreciating what I have. And yeah, I thought I'd just share, because everyone probably sees how beautiful the life I'm creating is and that, but gee, not that long ago I was living pretty much on the streets, like in a rundown on bus, and I chose not to settle for security. I chose to go with what was better for me, my heart, like, and if things weren't aligning with my values, like, I needed a solid foundation, and that's built around trust and, honesty and things like that. And if that's not around me, like, because a lot of it was my familiar past. So, and I was like, no, I actually need to heal and grow myself, and then I will attract more like-minded people on my journey, on my path. And I know at times I'm just meant to be alone, because I can speak to God, to source. I can hear. I can hear where I'm supposed to go rather than all the voices and the chaos around what's going on in the world. I haven't watched TV and I don't even know how long, because everything overwhelmed me. I got anxiety, you know, like I actually, especially with my head injuries, I had to really take a step back and just really evaluate my life and actually what was good for me. And so I've been implementing things in my life. Like I'm like, okay, I struggled with meeting my basic needs. So I'm like, okay, let's learn how to grow vegetables. And I just saw another, I'm an urban girl, they call me the urban gatherer, because if you want to, you can change everything. Yeah, so shake shit up, man. Like, do what's best for you. So now I grow veggies, I got chickens, I got my L plate on. No, learner of life, student of life. Life teaches us. So just keep thinking, is this in line with me? Is it what I value? And yeah, do more of what you want. Like, set the intentions, go, okay, this isn't working for me. How can I make it work for me? So I'm always learning, like, yeah, but I think it's about being open to learn, you know, and yeah, and just go into alignment with what you value and what, yeah. I thought I'd better start valuing myself, looking after myself. Like, I look after everyone around me, my animals and that, and I wasn't doing okay. So that's why I went on this bodybuilding journey, because I knew, you know, I'd stop drinking. You know, it actually made me put things in place for myself that were better for me, because I didn't have very good coping mechanisms. You know, things would happen, life would happen, and I kind of, you know, like when we celebrate, we drink. Like, there's this whole culture around things that aren't actually always the best for us. Like, it's all good to have a drink now and then, but my girlfriend calls me a guzzler. You know, like I've always done things to alter my state to feel better, and now I'm actually doing it from the inside. Like, and I am like, yo, Katrina, I've never actually felt proud of myself or just been happy with myself and being able to look in the mirror and go, damn. Now I'm like, damn, Katrina, get you, look at you. And I am like, it has not happened overnight. This has been a long journey, you know, and I'm still a work in progress. I always will be. But it's just about appreciating what we have, celebrating us, you know, celebrating our wins, appreciating people. You know, I really appreciate people, and yeah, because you know it's magnetic. You send out that, and you're gonna get more. What you focus on grows. So what are you focusing on? What are you choosing to focus on? Yeah. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a little bit of a post. It's like 20 something minutes. I should do lives. I'm just not confident enough yet, but I will. I'm growing myself. Ooh, yeah. Um, enjoy this day, everyone. Much love, peace, and kindness to every living being. We got this. Lots of space. Ooh.